Hey guys, it's April and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reading you guys some spooky stories that I found on Reddit. Today I am burning Bergamot Waters candle from Bath & Body Works. It smells phenomenal. So anyways, let's just get started with these spooky stories. Okay, this one is from Small Town Girl 32. I went to Mexico for my grandmother's funeral back in 2017. It was my last day there before flying home. I was in the Cal Street hanging out with my uncle's aunts, and I think my cousin was with us. Everyone else was inside. We were all chatting, and all of a sudden, I saw this giant bird circling around us, like maybe 50 feet above us in the dark. Its legs were human-like, and its screeching was nothing I have heard before. Its wings were amazingly huge, and it was just scary looking. I can kind of see its silhouette from the streetlights, so that's the best I can describe it to y'all. Anyways, I told my aunts to look up, and what was that? I was trying to talk over them. I was freaking out, wanting to cry. I finally got my aunt's attention, and she screamed at the bird and told it off. It did its last screech and flew away as fast as possible. I went inside and called it a day. Now that I gathered more information, I was told it could have been a witch. Spooky. Okay, that one is really creepy. I cannot imagine a giant bird that looks kind of like a human flying over me, unless it was Big Bird. That would be hilarious, but also still kind of creepy, unless I was like on Sesame Street or something. But that sounds really creepy, and that actually sounds like it could have been a true story, because she referenced that it was at her grandmother's funeral in 2017 with the location and everything. So that is really creepy. Okay, this one is from Baby Owl 197. I mean, not really good in my opinion, also not true, but scared me when I was little. Names in this are fictional, aka I'm making them up. Sorry if I use your name. Hopefully she uses mine. Jason's parents went out one night and got him a babysitter, so after a fun day of hanging around, it was his bedtime. One problem was he could not sleep, but he could hear his babysitter on the couch. After a while, he woke up to a car pulling up and a door opening and closing and a thump thump drag up his driveway. Jason was a little freaked out, but thought nothing of it. After a minute, he heard his babysitter get up to say a word, then scream, and then it began, thump thump drag, as it got closer to his room, and he hid under the cover as it got closer and closer. But it stopped outside his door after a while. He woke up to his mom screaming. The babysitter was dead outside his door. Okay. Thankfully, this story is not true, because that sounds traumatizing and petrifying. If that ever happened to me, I don't think as a child that I could have ever been babysat again. Like, that is just so incredibly scary. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even like want to imagine that, so I'm just gonna move on. Okay, this one is super short, but it sounds really good. Right now, I hear breathing in my attic. This just like send chills up your spine. Oh my gosh. First of all, that breathing had to be really, really loud in order to hear it through your attic door. Like, oh, I don't even like want to fathom that like picture in my brain right now. Like, it is, oh no. And that was from Spicy Sprong. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Okay. These are from Teacher 2703. Okay, this story takes place in Water Valley, Mississippi. My name is Emily, and I live in a calm neighborhood where people are really friendly. I am happy since I left my parents' house about 1 year ago. I live with my boyfriend, and we consider founding a family. I love running in the magnificent local forest once or twice a week. Last week, I was running in the woods at around 6 o'clock, and I was almost at half of my run when I realized that it was already getting dark. But usually, the sun sets 2 hours later during this period of the year. I instantly realized that I would not be able to finish my run, so I called my boyfriend. Unfortunately, I was in an area without network coverage and my phone only had 10% of battery left. Okay, real quick, 10% of battery left, no matter what situation that you're in, is scary just on its own. So this made me panic like a lot more as I'm reading this. Okay, I decided to continue running to find an area with network. It was completely dark. I finally got a network coverage and I was able to call my boyfriend to pick me up. So I stood there trying to distinguish shapes in the dark. Suddenly, I stopped breathing when I saw two red glowing eyes looking at me in the dark. It started getting closer and closer and closer, doing inhuman sounds. I ran very fast in the opposite direction and I heard someone or something running behind me. I looked behind to see what it was and I immediately stumbled. When I turned around to get back on my feet, the thing wasn't there anymore and I saw car headlights. It was my boyfriend who had come to pick me up, and when I entered the car, I immediately asked him if he had seen anything. He answered that he didn't see anything. He asked me if I was injured and I said that I maybe had a sprained ankle. We went to the hospital where the doctor said that my ankle was badly sprained. After some research, I had deduced that the thing was a Wendigo. I don't know what that is. I might have to look it up. Because the night has fallen faster than usual. It happened in the woods and there were inhuman sounds. Next time I'll be running, I won't take the same path. I don't recommend you to run at night all alone in the woods. Yeah, first of all, I don't really enjoy running. I enjoy hiking and walking and stuff, but running isn't really my thing. Also, I'm kind of scared of the dark, so you probably won't even catch me outside by myself late at night or really at all for the most part. So hopefully I never run into a Wendigo because that sounds so scary. Like imagine just being all by yourself and seeing two glowing red eyes staring at you. Like no, absolutely not. I'm so glad her boyfriend made it on time to pick her up because that is like so scary and ugh. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell if that one is like real or not. Okay, next one. It's from the same person, but the person is actually giving them like is actually giving us like a list of stories that the teacher's students wrote. So we don't know if these are necessarily true or not. Okay, but the next one says, when I was 16, I was living in Khost, which is an island in Greece. I was living there with my father and my little brother. I don't know my mother very well because she died when I was young, but I never knew what happened. As a family, we used to go fishing because my father had a small fishing boat. It was amazing and we always wanted to go fishing, but my father would only go on weekends with us because he worked during the week and he didn't want to go there at night. When I didn't go to the sea with my father on the weekends, I was spending my time with young people in my village. We played on the dike, we biked, and we played PS2. A Saturday evening, I was going home with my friends and we didn't really know what to do. Passing in front of my fishing boat, my friends had the fabulous idea to use it. Unfortunately, okay, when they say words like this, it immediately makes me realize that something bad is about to happen. So now I'm kind of prepared. Not to mention I did search scary stories and this did come up, so obviously I know it's a scary story, but usually when someone gets a fabulous or a great idea, it ends up being something crazy like this. So we are all prepared right now. Unfortunately, I disagreed because my father had advised me against it, especially when my dumb brother was with us. I don't know how, but my friends managed to convince me and we used the boat. Our plan was just to make a 1-hour trip. After 15 minutes of sailing, we saw a small cave. I didn't want to go in. I wouldn't either, so I don't blame you because I'm claustrophobic, but all of my friends were determined to explore it. That's why my friends decided to go in while I was staying at the entrance with my little brother, who was really frightened. I let my brother play on my phone while I was watching the time go by and waiting impatiently for the return of my friends. This makes me feel like that something's gonna happen to the friends. We'll see. Okay. My little brother is very clumsy and he dropped my phone into the water. He immediately dived to recover it without even asking my opinion. Oh gosh. Okay. Now I'm wondering, is something gonna happen to the brother or the friends? But I feel like something's gonna happen to like both. Let's find out. I knew he could swim, so I let him look for my phone because it would teach him a lesson. But after a lot of seconds, I did not see him resurface. Ugh, why did you let him go? Okay, I was worried and started to panic. I decided to dive to look for him, but I didn't see anything underwater because I'm myopic. I don't know what that means. Maybe it has to do with like your vision or something. The only thing I saw was the strange shadow of a woman. After I rise to the surface, I yelled at my brother, but the only answer was a woman's laugh. When my friends came back, I was crying and totally disoriented. They asked me what happened, but I was too shocked to tell anything. They immediately called for help when they understood that my brother was missing. They kept looking for him for 2 weeks, but the only thing they found was his necklace. This is so sad, but at least like the person's friends are okay, but like, oh, this is so sad. Okay, since I was young, I think it was the first time I saw my father cry. He decided to leave the island and never come back. For my 18th birthday, he told me how my mother died. The strange fact is that my brother and her disappeared at the same place, and my father and I heard the same sound. Legend says that mermaids lived in these waters. Ooh, okay. So I'm totally into like mermaids and unicorns. Like, I've always thought that stuff was like really cool and cute, and like I don't know, Bath and Body Works has like a bunch of cute like unicorn mermaid stuff, and it's totally trendy right now too. Like there's like unicorn birthday parties and stuff like that. But like, oh my gosh, like I've always contemplated if like mermaids are real or not, or like some type of thing similar to it. But I've always been scared, like if they are real, like are they bad? You know, and like this story just totally sent chills up my spine, like wondering if they exist, if they are bad, like if they're like, you know, creatures that are like, you know, out to hurt, I guess. I don't know, it's so creepy. I don't like that. Ugh, that one like makes me never want to like step in the ocean again. Ugh. And I used to be literally like a mermaid, theoretically, not actually, but like I used to like swim in the ocean like almost daily. Like when I was like 19, 20, 21, somewhere around there. This went on for a while. And now like I'm afraid to even put like my feet in after reading that story. Like no. The cave sounded like a much safer idea than diving in the water reading this story. Okay, this one is called the Cyberspace Legend. It has been said for decades that computers and technology will surpass us and even kill us. Okay, no idea what this person is talking about, but I'm not going to stop reading. Let's continue. However, do you know if it's true or not? Maybe the cyberspace legend can put you in the picture. This story takes place more than 20 years ago in an office of the left tower of the Twin Towers. Oh wow, this was a really long time ago then. Okay. A young man on an internship in economics went to the computer room. He started working, and after half an hour, he left his computer, but Internet Explorer was open. After his lunch break, he came back and went to the https://travail.d.anglais.com/PICT page. Never heard of that. I have no idea what that is. Okay. The young man visited it as a normal page, but did not know what was going to happen to him. A few days after, the young man returned to his session, and when he turned it on, it began to do weird things like opening various applications at the same time, writing green messages on a black background. The young man found this weird and decided to turn the session off, but each time it went off, it turned on again. Oh my gosh, it's like the computer has a mind of its own. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Okay. He then thought of unplugging the computer, but each time he approaches the plug, he received an electric shock. While the young man was trying to unplug the cable, he noticed that the PC next to it started to light up and had the same problem. The young man worried and called his friend who was a geek. He thought it was the best idea to save his internship, but in doing so, he didn't know he was going to lose a loved one. Oh, this is getting like really creepy. Okay. An hour later, his friend arrived at the tower and he joined him in the computer room. He looked at the PC and wondered how he was going to solve the problem. He started by trying to enter the basic lines of code against viruses, but it did not work, so he tried a more complex code, which should have had an effect, but did not. His friend had been trying different things for half an hour, but nothing worked. He began to lose patience, and he furiously hit the keyboard with his hands. At that moment, he felt a violent electric shock that went through his entire body. Ouch! Okay. After that, the virus had miraculously disappeared and the PC was functioning correctly. That's very, very weird. Okay. A few hours later, the two friends went to a bar, and as he was drinking, the geek felt an electric shock when he swallowed. He wondered what was happening to him, and the next morning he was feeling so bad that he could not get out of his bed. Worried, he phoned his friend to ask if he also had troubles getting up in the morning, but he didn't. The geek explained his symptoms to his friend. During the day, the geek's friend wondered what disease his friend could have. At one point, he realized that the geek had the same symptoms as the computer when the virus was on it: weakening, poor connection, and electrocution. Poor connection? That's an interesting symptom. The geek had caught one of the rare internobiological virus. Okay. This was a Cyberspace Legend that tells us the story of a man who died of a computer virus. Here is some piece of advice. Check your sources before viewing a document. Okay, that is creepy. This is like super, super weird. Like, it actually kind of makes me wonder. Like, because I know that humans are able to get like electrocuted, but like dying from a computer virus, that just sounds like crazy. Like, I don't know, I never could have even like thought of such a thing like on my own. That is like so weird. Okay guys, so that is it for these stories today. If you guys like these like story videos, I'll definitely post more. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below. I'd definitely love to recite some more scary stories to you guys. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope that this kind of like created a little spooky vibe for you guys with like the Himalayan salt lamp and the candle and everything. Yes, if you guys like this video idea, let me know. I'd really appreciate if you guys could just like let me know what you guys like want to see in the future. I'm thinking of like changing up my channel a little bit. That's why I've kind of been MIA for a while, just because like I've been wanting to like try some new things and like maybe not just focus on like just candles and Bath and Body Works, but still incorporate it somehow. But yeah, I still enjoy it. I've been wanting to like branch out a little bit. So let me know if you guys like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a glamorous rest of your day. Bye.